G'day, golf fans, and welcome to Build a Golfer. This is my new fantasy golf game that I've designed with my brothers that I wanted to show off and run you guys through today. I like to call it Fantasy Golf Reimagined. This is not just playing against the community, this is also playing against the pros on the PGA Tour. I think it's the most interactive fantasy golf game on the planet, so love to hear your thoughts about it as well. Little insight on me, one of my brothers is a PGA Tour player, so we've been following pretty deeply for the last 8 years. I've engaged with all sorts of DFS and different golf games, and as you can probably tell from my accent, I am Australian, so a lot of our golf viewing times is middle of the night. So I needed something that actively engaged me whilst I was also watching the golf. As you guys know, in the States, there can be quite a few ads, so you need to be doing something else in the meantime. So I like this game has been created from a passion for the sport, a passion for the space, and I wanted to build something that I would love to play. And I'm hoping that you guys in the community would also love to play this with us. This game is completely free to play, so sign up, check it out. If you don't like it, let me know. We'll delete your user. There is no catches whatsoever. Invite your friends, join as many leagues as you want. If you're from Rick Rungood's channel, please jump in, play in his public league. But yeah, today I just wanted to go through with you the global league, how we build a golfer, how we follow him live on the leaderboard, and also take you through a couple of the prizes that we have that we want to give away at the end of the season. I've played a lot of fantasy sports in my time, and what I feel that the best thing about fantasy sports is you feel that engagement with the product. I feel like I get to be a general manager or a coach, picking out my team, selecting them to go play on the field, and they're going to perform for me, and I'm going to reap the rewards based on the good decisions that I make, the strategy that I make. Now, golf's not really a team sport, no matter how much Liv keeps pushing it. And I know the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup are awesome events, but week in, week out, golf is an individual sport where how well you play determines your score and how you perform. So, what we've done is we've actually made a fantasy game where you are building a single golfer, and that golfer is playing on the leaderboard. You're picking different skill sets. You still got the best parts of fantasy, which is drafting up your golfer, but you're putting him together and he's going to compete for you. Um, and the best combined golfer wins the tournament at the end of the day. And I want you guys to come in, play for the season, see who comes out on top in the end, and win some good prizes. If you jump in late, don't worry about it. I know Scotty Scheffler isn't starting his season till next week at the Amex, so you can miss a week as well and still jump in, chase down Scotty Scheffler, because it's all built on FedEx Cup points that you'll be earning the same points, same scores as the professional golfers out there, and it's really interactive. So excited to show you through. So I'm sure everyone's had that conversation with their mates about building that perfect golfer. When Scotty Scheffler first took off and he was just a ball striking machine, didn't we think what would happen if Denny McPutts could hit his putts for him? How many majors, how many tournaments would Scotty win? Because he was just playing out of his mind, tee to green, and couldn't sink a putt. So that's the premise of Build a Golfer, except we're working within a budget. And what we're doing is we're budgeting 4 skill sets. Um, the same 4 skill sets as the strokes gained skill sets to build our perfect golfer. Okay, and it's all live generated stats. We are getting the officially licensed strokes gained numbers from the PGA Tour. We get them live. So if you're sitting there watching Scotty Scheffler hit your approach shots for your golfer and you watch him fan one off into the pond, you're going to be seeing that impact your scorecard. Vice versa, if you see him stump one from 100 out, you're going to be feeling the reward of that too. And that's the game in a nutshell. It's super easy to play. I'm going to walk you through how to build your golfer, how to follow it on the leaderboard. Whilst there's complex ideas in the background to generate these scores, the actual playing and then seeing your birdies and bogeys on the leaderboard is super simple. My grandmother plays it, so anyone can follow along. Alrighty, so let's build your golfer. I'll show you through how we build the golfer and kind of explain how we generate the scores each week. So this is the Global League. If you go into the Global League, you can now see that there's the Create a Player option. It did become available today. And this is where we draft our player. When you first look at the screen, you'll see that you're going to be picking from 4 different selections. Okay, it's going to be the driver, the irons, the wedges, and the putter. And what this is identifying is which one of these golfers are going to hit each one of these shots for you during the tournament. For those of you that understand strokes gained, the driver will be using strokes gained off the tee, irons is using strokes gained approach, wedges is using strokes gained around the green, and putting is using strokes gained on the green. Okay, a quick example of how strokes gained works is when you play a hole, your score is compared to the average of how everyone else played the hole. So if you have a par 4 and everyone averages 4 and your player scored a birdie, so let's say we had Rico Hoey, he made a 3, he gained 1 stroke on the rest of the field for that hole. We then need to break it down to see which part of their game did they gain that stroke with. So let's say that Rico hit a very average drive. He just gets 0 strokes gained for his drive because it's average. It's the same as what everyone else shot. Let's say he hit an awesome iron shot. He hit it to 1 inch. Okay, so he had an absolute tap in. So he tapped in with the putter. Everyone else in the field would tap in with the putter from 1 inch. So he made 0 strokes gained with the putter. Well, if he shot a birdie and made 1 less stroke than the rest of the field, we'd have to give that entire stroke to his iron play, strokes gained approach. So he'd get 1 strokes gained for his irons. Okay, now all of you who are in the know, you understand strokes gained really well. That's the fundamental stats that drive your player's score. Now, based on how well everyone hits that shot live, will generate your player's score. So I'm going to draft a player really quickly, show you all how simple it is. Let's take Doug Gim, the Gim Reaper, off the tee. He was 25. Let's take Mav McNeely on approach. He was playing really well early last year, so hopefully has a hot start again this year. I'm thinking that really small greens over at Waialae. So I want someone who's been pretty much a weapon around the greens. I might take Siwoo Kim. I know he chips it really well, and I've seen him live at the President's Cup. He chipped in a fantastic one over there at Quail Hollow, so I know he's got the goods around the green. And then obviously I've only got a budget left of $24. That's what we mean. You still got to fit within the budget. So I'm going to take a guy that I know probably isn't super well known for his putting, but using some of the sites like Rick Rungood's site, I've been able to check out Emiliano. He's actually been putting pretty well around Waialae the last couple of years. I'm sure Rick will probably delve into some of the players a bit more on his own site and his own YouTube. So, yeah, that's as simple as it is. Drag your players in, build your golfer. My golfer this week is going to have Doug hitting all the tee shots, Mav hitting all the approaches, Siwoo hitting the wedges around the green, and Emiliano is going to be putting for me. So, what we also have is a random AI generated face mash. So just click on the screen and there we go. That's our face mash of the 4 golfers. Very cartoonized. And we also have an AI name generator. Okay, Gim Neely Puttaroo is who we're getting. That sounds super Aussie, so probably knows that I'm the one building the player. But yeah, the more funny names we put in there, the more options we're going to have. When you've built your golfer, just click Save Player. That'll save you to the Global League. If you want to save him to all the leagues, click Save to All Leagues. Alrighty, now that we've built our golfer, we can go check out how it is to follow on the leaderboard. I'm just going to take us back to a leaderboard from fall season last year to show you what it kind of looks like when your golfers are up on the leaderboard, competing against the pros, competing against other users. Okay, so this is the leaderboard here. As you can see, this was a tournament that Xander won. This is the Bay Current Classic. Xander shot 19 under, 500 FedEx Cup points. We also had a couple of users, Steve and Little Tuna. Their players beat Xander, so they also got 500 points for the win. Okay, so let's go into local knowledge. Steve's created character for the week. Okay, so what we have is we have our scorecard here. Okay, we also have a stats button. The stats button lets you go in and see how your golf has performed. So looking at the stats, I can see that Rio was hitting Steve's shots off the tee, Kurt was hitting his approaches, Keita Nakajima was hitting around the green, and Takumi Kanaya was making the putts. And I can already see here from how many strokes gained it looks like that Takumi made on the green. This seems to be where he generated a lot of his score. Takumi had an awesome putting week. Okay, so going into the scorecard for Steve, we can see we've got round 4 selected here, and he had a blinder, 14 under on round 4, shot a 57, which is just nuts. So he's come from well back in the field and chased them down on the Sunday. Okay, so we have our scorecard. You'll see with this scorecard when we are watching live that a lot of your scores will be grayed out to begin with. They're just a grey number instead of this bold black number that's here for the birdie. And what that is it's showing the estimated strokes gained number or the estimated score that you'll get on that hole. This is because strokes gained is impacted by all the golfers that play the round, as it is an average across all the golfers. So once everyone's finished playing the hole, the score will then become a dark, bold number, and that gets locked in and secured, and that'll be your score from the hole. Now, the estimated numbers will be pretty close, and you'll see them adjust slightly as you go through the round as other golfers play the hole. And it's based on the averages, as well as how well your players hit that shot. What we can see here is these blue dots across the top. This is for your driver player, irons player, wedges player, and putting player. This blue dot, which is your driver player, you can see that as the blue dot comes up on each hole, it shows that your driver player has played that hole. So when you're watching and you only see a couple of dots above the holes, it means only a couple of your players have played that hole. So not all the shots are in there to generate your score yet. So your score is an estimated score based on how well those couple of players did and the average of everyone who played the hole. And then it'll update as all the dots become available. We also have interactivity with the scorecard. If you click on any of your scores, you can see some score commentary. Okay, so we can see here that Local Knowledge made a birdie here on the first. It's because Rio struck a reasonable drive. Kurt then gained some good momentum with a good approach shot, and Takumi showed great imagination with an outstanding putt for birdie. All right, if you want to see the breakdown and see how the strokes gained impacted that hole, you can hit the breakdown, and it shows that the field average score for that hole was 3.82, which matters because you've got to take the field average and then take your strokes gained off that field average. Okay, our strokes gained, our player here, Local Knowledge, got 2.67, and that's because Takumi actually made a huge putt for 0.95 strokes gained, and so we're taking these numbers from the field average to get this raw score, and then we round it to the nearest number, which is a 3, and that's why he made a birdie. And this is how it happens across all the holes. As you can see here, made an eagle on the 4th. Helps because it was a great approach shot from Kurt Kitayama, and Takumi again with another awesome putt. Hole number of 3. That was par 5. Makes an easy eagle. Okay. Show the commentary. Yep, outstanding putting again for the eagle. And yeah, this is interactive. So as the tournament's going on, you're going to be able to click on your hole, see how you're playing each hole, and follow along. As you can see, Local Knowledge here is in yellow. This is because on the season race button, you can favorite one of the users. Okay, so I favorited Steve, favorited Rick. He's down here. Here's Rick's player for the week. Okay, as you can see, Rick had a pretty up and down Sunday. Made an eagle on the 6th, made a double on the 10th. You can track all your friends. They'll be in yellow if you have them favorited. Otherwise, everyone else comes up in blue. Yourself will come up in green. And that's how we track each tournament. Now that we've been through the leaderboard, we've created our own player, we see how we play the game, let's check out a couple other things on the site, such as the prizes. So we have a couple of awesome prizes for the Global League. It'll be for the season-long prizes. So that'll culminate with the end of season, probably the Tour Championship, if they run one this year. I'm sure they will. I did see they were reducing FedEx Cup points for the second last and the third last events. St. Jude and the BMW from 2,000 down to 750 for the winner. So Some interesting changes. Let's see what they end up doing for the Tour Championship. But yeah, at the end of the season, we want to give away a couple of these prizes. So for first place, we're going to give away a 2025 Masters Gnome, as well as a box of tour-only prototype Titleist Pro V1X Plus golf balls. These ones are you can only get if you're Tour Pro, so we thought that'd be a pretty unique, fun prize. I've actually got the Masters Gnome here with me, so if you win that, we'll ship that one out to you. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, give us your address. No, you don't have to pay for shipping. We'll just send it over to you. So hit us up at the end if you're the winner. For second place, same kind of prize. Instead of the Masters Gnome, we've got Cam Davis bobblehead. They're pretty funny. He brought a couple of those back with him from the Rocket Mortgage from last year. So, yeah, please do play. They're pretty unique prizes. Let us know what you think about them. We'll also run some one-off tournament competitions towards the middle of the year. I think we'll probably do one for the players. So see who performs best of the players. Just play that week. Whoever wins on top of the leaderboard at the end of that week might get a unique prize as well. And we'll come up with a couple ideas for that. So yeah, that's the prizes tab. So you can see what there is to win in the Global League. Also wanted to show you creating a league. So if you just want to play with your mates, you don't want to jump in the Global League with everyone else or play in the other public leagues, you can create your own league. Come in, put your league name in. Tour is PGA Tour. It's the only stats that we get currently, but we are looking at expanding across other tours. And then you can either choose to make it public, where anyone can jump in and play with you. You can join in with other people of the community if you just want to make your own public league, or a private league where you can just invite your own friends. So you just create the league. You can invite your own friends along there to enjoy that with you. And yeah, that's the site. So thanks for joining me to walk through this. Would love you all to jump in. Like I said at the beginning, it is free to play. So please invite your friends. Come on in. We want to give these prizes away. We want to have a big competition with the community. This game was made out of a passion for fantasy golf and golf viewing in general. So hopefully you guys share that with us. If you want to get in touch, please hit us up in the contact us button or reach out to us on X. Love to chat to you, even if it's just chatting golf sicko kind of information. Like, I always love talking about golf. Happy to share some stories about Cam on the tour as well. Also, please check out Rick Rungood's website, rickrungood.com. It is the bee's knees for golf data. If I ever need to look up stats, I jump onto there. Rick has some awesome stuff going on at the moment. I mean, where else can you find player shot shapes and how suited they are to a course? That's what Rick's got going for you. So sign in, sign up with him, and I promise it'll make all these DFS games a lot easier. Getting Rick's intimate knowledge and stats that he has on his site. So big props to Rick. But yeah, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. Please reach out. If you want to see more of these videos, follow us on X or sub in on YouTube and leave a comment below and let us know what you'd like to see next. I'd love to share my thoughts in building a golfer each week, and also love to hear your thoughts about how you've built a golfer. So please interact as much as possible, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.